The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, good. We have with us for the third week in a row, James Caceres, realtor with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, bilingual realtor speaking Spanish, multi-million-dollar producer, over 100 units sold in the last year and a half. You serve a lot of different areas, Lackawanna primarily, but you'll go to Luzerne, Pike, Wayne, Monroe, and Wyoming counties.
That's correct.
And you do from zero all the way up to the sky's the limit in terms of price ranges that you represent owners and purchasers on. And then you are number 37 out of 100 agents in the Northeast, recognized by the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. You are an ABR, which is the Accredited Buyer Representative. That's the NAR designation. And you are on your way to becoming, very soon, associate broker with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. So, and I can go on, but those are the highlights of who you are, okay?
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot.
Thank you.
All right. So let's continue our discussion about, things that people out there, the public, think in terms of real estate and realtors and when they list a home to sell or when they go to buy a home. And last week we spent a good amount of time on this, and I think there's a lot more to cover.
Yeah, there is.
All right. So once somebody finds the house that they like, that they want.
The home of their dreams.
The home of their dreams. They see themselves there for many, many happy years. There is plenty of time to go ahead and get a pre-approval.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
Incorrect.
Yeah. That's incorrect.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
We should have a buzzer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to.
Just like your Beamer that you just found out has a little push
I
button.
had my son in the car, and the phone rings, and he slaps the knob, and it answers the phone. I says, "How did you do that? I've had this car for years. I didn't know that."
How many years? 6?
At least.
Mm-hmm. You were amazed.
I was amazed. Okay, so go ahead, hit the buzzer. What do you got?
A pre-approval is one of the first things you should get before looking to purchase a home.
You mean looking at a home first is not the very first step in the home buying process?
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Okay, so.
All right, let's go look at a home that I can't afford. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right. You want to make sure you can afford that home. So first you should fix your credit. Make sure you have the credit and the funds. And then go out and talk to different lenders and see what you qualify to purchase, how much of a home you can purchase.
And find a good realtor that you can work with.
Right.
A partner.
Yeah,
this is like finding somebody that you...
Someone that you can trust. I recommend doing some research on the agent, read their reviews, learn more about them, and see if they're someone that, you can see yourself working with, because at the end of the day, it's a relationship,
And trust is a very important part of that relationship.
That's right.
Okay. So what about people who really do believe, even in today's market, that you should never, ever, 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 ever offer full price?
Ugh.
That's another
That's
myth.
a myth.
Yeah, that's
Incorrect.
You can
James
always
will tell you.
You can always negotiate. You can always, and that's one of the things that I love about this is, getting the best price for your buyer. And when you work with sellers, making sure that they can get the most that they can for their home that they're selling.
In this market, we've seen many, many homes go well over their list price.
Right, but did they appraise at that value?
And that's the tricky thing about, so real estate, and that's up to the appraiser.
Yeah.
And it's not an exact science. So, you can have 10 different appraisers go into a home and come out with 10 different values.
That's true.
Right. So, but if you want a home and there's multiple offers, you probably will not only have to pay full price, but you have to go over if
Right.
it's the one you want.
Right, and especially in this market, yeah, you come across a lot of buyers who, for example, there's a home for $200,000, and it's new on the market. It's got everything updated, and as an agent, it's going to go by fast. Especially if they have numerous showings on it, and then the listing agent calls for highest and best, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of that anyway. But when you see the home and you see all the upgrades and the condition, that's when you talk to the buyer and you let them know, like, look, I feel like this home is worth this amount. It's going to probably go a little over, and you're going to have to
Step it up.
Step it up, right? Come up with a better offer.
Yeah. So it's been a while, but I used to hear people say, well, rule of thumb, and I don't know where they got this rule of thumb, whether they did, research on the internet, online, or if a family member told them, and I heard it from a lot of different people over the course of many years buying a home, that they would say, well, rule of thumb is I should never purchase a property at the asking price, and my offer should be 10% less. There's no rule of thumb.
No.
This
No.
market that means you're not getting a house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because depending on what your offer is, how much you're offering, and the demand, you got other people coming to look at the property, and if they're going in at the asking price, and depending on their terms, you're not going to get that house. That's just the reality of it. Especially if from what I've seen, a lot of homes, if you're going in less than the asking price, you have an appraisal contingency, you have numerous inspections, the seller's not going to go for that. They're going to go with a better offer.
Right. So along the lines of buyers don't need a realtor to purchase a home, and a seller doesn't need a realtor to sell a home. There are people out there that don't believe that you need a home inspection or an attorney to represent you at closing, whether you're the seller or the buyer, or that you need an appraisal if you're a cash buyer and you're going $50,000, $40,000, $30,000, anything over asking price or even at asking price. So what do you have to say to that?
That's a risk that you're taking, and it's a lesson learned, pretty much, because if you're going $30,000 over the asking price and not getting an appraisal done, and then you turn around, you want to sell that home, and it's not what you're not going to get what you thought you would get, you're going to be upset, And if you don't have representation, you're not going to know that.
That's very, very true. So there's some realtors out there that are telling their clients to not do a home inspection.
Yeah, no, I always, and any of my clients would say this, I always recommend getting an inspection. You want to know what's going on with the house. You want to know what you're walking into and what you're purchasing. This is like one of the biggest purchases in your life. It's a big investment. So you want to make sure that you're happy with what you're buying.
Right, and I agree. And you
got to pull the curtain back a little bit and see what's going on.
Right.
Some houses are they look good on the outside, but they're pigs with lipstick on them.
Exactly.
We see a lot of people regret not having home inspections, and there are a lot of studies that are coming out, recent studies that I've researched and surveys that have come out there is a high number of people that purchased a home in the recent past that have regretted waiving the home inspection.
Right.
And I could see certainly why. So there's some good news for real estate, realtors, home buyers, home sellers. Mortgage rates are trending down.
Oh, that's good news.
Right? And there are mounting expectations that the Fed will start cutting rates in September.
Okay, I don't. Do you believe in the Easter Bunny?
I know.
Because
we don't know this to be true.
No,
but these are the experts.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
They were in retreat in late July after the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that employers added fewer jobs in April and May than previously thought, and that hiring by private companies was sluggish in June. So after spiking, rates are once again trending down, and the bond market investors who fund most mortgages are increasingly convinced the Fed will cut the rates in September. We will know more in September.
Yeah.
Well, and people who try to predict the Fed's movements, future movements, are often
They said at the beginning of the
disappointed.
year they were going to be cutting it five times, six times. They haven't cut it once, so
No.
who knows?
Right.
Well, I've had buyers since the beginning of the year that held off on purchasing a home or looking for a home because they wanted to wait until the interest rates came back down to 4 or 5%.
Yeah, they're gonna be waiting.
They're going to be waiting an awfully long time.
Yeah.
And those times are gone.
Yeah.
How about single-unit homes are always more affordable than multi-unit dwellings? Is that true
No.
or false?
No, I don't think that's true. What I'm seeing is a lot of first-time home buyers want a multi-family unit because
They can get the rent.
Right, but then what they don't realize is with a lot of these lenders, when it's a multifamily for the first time, it becomes an FHA loan. So a lot of multi-family units and sellers don't want to accept FHA. So they only go with cash or conventional. And at that point, if the buyer wants a multifamily, it's anywhere from 15 to 20% down that they have to, come up with for the down payment.
And not everybody is cut out to be a landlord either. I mean, if I buy a multi-home, suddenly I got to be a handyman. I got to be. And
That's
some
true.
tenants are easier than others. Let's just put it that way.
That is very true.
Okay, what do you say about school districts? So, we can't comment, and people ask us, how's this school district, how's that school district? And there's enough information online to research that for,
Right.
Our clients and consumers. But, there's people that don't have kids, but they're purchasing a home. And I've often heard, well, the school district doesn't matter because we don't have children.
Mm-hmm.
Does it or does it not matter?
I
would say it does. I would say it does matter.
Well, if
I
you're
think
going to
so.
resell it,
Yeah, absolutely, for the resale.
Yeah, but then aren't the taxes higher in those areas?
Depends.
Yeah.
so I guess the whole point is if that, don't focus on the school district, but consider it in your
Right.
final decision.
Yeah, don't let that be the main factor.
How about turning a 3-bedroom home into 2-bedroom home?
No.
No.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't do it.
Where's
But
the buzzer? Where's
yeah,
the buzzer?
buzzer. So, like, a lot of times people buy a home and they say, well, I want a large, you had mentioned buyers are looking for a larger bedroom.
Right.
So in order to get that in the price point that they are, if they find a 3-bedroom, but they're average size bedrooms and they want a large one, they're often tempted to take down that wall and make the 2 into 1.
Right. I mean, if it's something that you're planning on staying at that property, and if it makes you comfortable, then fine, But if it's something you're gonna plan on reselling in a couple of years,
If it's a stepping stone,
yeah, exactly.
use caution because
absolutely.
you're not going to get out of it.
Yeah, or unless you want to knock down the wall, turn it into a 2-bedroom, and then once you plan on selling it again, put that wall back up. Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, at that point, you're investing and losing money.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people think they have to sell their current home before they purchase a new one.
No, that's not true. You can always do what's called a sale on contingent to the owner finding another home.
Right, and there's some financing options out there.
Yeah.
There's HELOC and there's bridge loans. So some people would qualify to be able to carry the 2.
Right.
Right, and how often have we been in the situation where it's simultaneous? That's a little bit of pressure for all involved, all parties, realtors and everybody to make it happen
Right.
at the same time. Because as you know, the inventory's tight out there. So the chances that home seller that's looking to purchase what they think they want is challenging.
Yeah, I'm going through a
similar situation?
Right now, yeah. Through, yeah.
But I would always say to the owner, if you know that you do not want to continue living in this home and you know that you want a new home, you may not have found it, but have a plan in place. Move in with your mother.
Right. Have somewhere to...
A mother-in-law.
Oh, wait. I think the deal, I might have to move to the garage. Thank you very much.
Well, they can call Pat. He's got plenty.
I got garage.
okay.
I might put a camper in the garage. That'll work.
All right. But you get the money. If you need the money, if you don't qualify for a bridge, but get the money, sell the house, get the money, and inconvenience yourself for whatever, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, up to a year. And then that gives you the time, and then you're not just purchasing something that you're going to regret.
Right.
How many times have we just saw this recently with a person put their home for sale, boom, they got full price.
Okay.
And then they says, oh my God, I don't have anywhere to go.
They did, though. They did.
But they said they didn't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
That first deal was squashed. The home sat on the market a little bit longer, and they ended up taking significantly less money because they didn't have all their ducks in a row. It cost them big money.
Yeah, it's better to be prepared.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a regret that they're going to have to live with.
Know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. James Caceres, realtor with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, one of our top producers. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
I can be reached on my cell phone at 570-352-7106. At the office at 570-344-6724. By email at enj_realtor@icloud.com or jruddy.com.
Thank you. Pat, who's our special sponsor this week?
Our sponsor this week is the Concord Suites in Avalon, New Jersey. Are you looking for a summer or early fall getaway? You can experience the best accommodations at the Concord Suites in Avalon, New Jersey. The suites feature a kitchen, a living room with a queen sofa bed, a full bathroom, and a private bedroom with 2 queen beds. It's the perfect place for family getaways. They have 2 pools. They have a restaurant on site. It's near downtown Avalon and Stone Harbor, and it's only 1 block from the beach. This is a prime spot with easy access to the boardwalks, amusement parks in Wildwood and Ocean City. Avalon is exit 13 on the Garden State Parkway. They're just 10 miles from Cape May and 30 miles from Atlantic City. There's golf courses, casinos, wineries, breweries, and distilleries, and great restaurants. The Concord Suites combines the comfort of a condominium with the amenities of a hotel. Book now and feel right at home. They look forward to seeing you. It really is a nice place. We went there when my son was young. It's a beautiful place. And beginning in September, from September 2nd through the 26th, check in any Sunday or Monday, stay 3 nights, and get the 4th night free. This does not include weekends. So give them a call at 609-368-7800. That's 609-368-7800. Or visit concordsuites.com.
We'll take a brief pause. Stay connected to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be back in just a moment. Are you ready to make your next move in the world of real estate? Look no further than Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. If you're a homeowner looking to sell, Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate will ensure you get the best possible price in today's competitive market. And if you're in the market to buy your dream home, Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate will help you find the perfect place to call your own.
Congratulations.
We've adopted the popular saying, an educated consumer is our best customer. That's why since 2010, we've hosted the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate Saturdays at 11 a.m., Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 The Talker. Visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com or call 570-344-6724. Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, where dreams find their address. We're back on the air with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
And we're back with James Caceres, top producing realtor with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. Multi-million producer in just 2.5 years.
Nice.
Over 100 units sold. Yeah. You don't mind this, do you?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
I'm tooting your horn.
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
Yep, it is. He works very hard. Now, what's the myths? Come on, hit me with some myths. What do you got?
All right.
What do you got?
Okay. Continuing our discussion. You should only list your home with the top listing agent in the market. True or false?
I'd say that's false.
I agree.
That's false.
Why?
Well, the top agent might be too busy to, take your call, and there are other agents out there that are just as
Qualified.
and knowledgeable.
Right. So, oftentimes the top agents in the marketplace have teams.
Teams, right?
So the only discussion that somebody may have with that top listing agent would be at the time that they list the home.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I've come across situations where I'm not going to say anyone's name, but I tried to contact that agent to go out and show that property, and someone else sent me a message and said, "Oh, it's not available. We just got an offer accepted." And I'm like, "Well, who is
Who
this
are you?
person?" Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, try to get them and talk to them. Try to get them to negotiate. Try to do anything, and you're not going to. Even when you're looking for an appointment, we find that sometimes we're never even called or text or messaged back, and they're just too busy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So how about people that are selling a home during the holidays, Christian holiday, Jewish holiday? Should they take all their decorations down, or if they are religious, no matter what religion they belong to, should they take all their religious articles out of the home?
I think it would be a good idea to do so. Yeah, I think
Remove everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to leave a Christmas tree up or something like that, lights or something.
And I think that's what people in the staging profession say. You don't have to remove it all, but if it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I think things like those nativity sets, things like that, you might want to take that out. Yeah.
Okay. And
Depersonalized.
yeah, definitely.
Now,
how about the American flag? I had a realtor one time say that we should not use a photo because it had the American flag.
I think the flag is fine.
I think the flag is.
I mean, we live in America.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think that's fine. But
There's nothing wrong with patriotism, but there are other flags out there that could divide.
there are,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of flags.
I see a lot of political stuff.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say, take the political stuff
that should
down.
be taken off.
Because you're eliminating half, 50%.
Well, in our
If you're
area,
if you're
I think
for
it's
this one-
90%.
Well, whatever. But if you're for one side and they're for the other,
Right.
they're going
Good
to
luck
walk
somebody
in.
else.
They're going to walk in with an attitude right off the back. Not even see the house, but see the sign and say, "I hate that guy."
Yeah.
Well, especially today's day, it's very.
Yeah, take it down. Take the political stuff out.
I agree.
Okay, so you should put all your detailed information about the perfect house you just found on social media before your offer even gets accepted or before it closes.
No, I think you're jinxing yourself at that
Yeah,
point.
that's a bad move.
Yeah.
Do you know I got a phone call once from an owner? I was a listing agent, and so they had an appointment on the home. And it was just like maybe 45 minutes ago that the realtor was there with the buyer, a realtor that did not work in our company. It was through the MLS. And so I received a phone call from my seller, and they're like, "So what do you got?" I said, "What do you mean? I don't have anything. I didn't get feedback yet." "Well, they made an offer."
Wow.
I said, "How do you know that? Like, what, did you talk to the other realtor? Where are you coming up with this information?" "No, we just saw the post on Facebook."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was completely caught off guard.
Wait, I saw it on Facebook. It has to be true.
Yeah, but, like-
it has to be.
I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about telling the world
No.
that stuff
Yeah.
before the fact. Once it closes, take as many selfies as you want on your front porch, in your
Right.
backyard, on your deck, in your pool, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just feel that that's just too much
Yeah,
information.
James said it
out there.
right. You're going to jinx yourself doing
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Okay, so an owner, seller of a property should set their listing price above the comparable sales in the area so that they can build in bargaining room.
Well, I see that happening a lot. And I mean, I understand the sellers want to make as much as they could for the property, but you know, you got to be realistic. If your house is worth $200, you can't go and ask $250. You know,
But why not?
you're not going to get it, and your property is just going to sit there for a while. You know, especially if these agents are doing their research and see what properties in the area are, you know, selling for. You know.
How about
What was the analogy I think your dad used to make about a loaf of bread in a house? When a house hits the market, it's like a fresh loaf of bread. Everybody
Yeah.
likes it when it's fresh and hot. And then it sits there for a week or two and it's old and stale and nobody wants to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, just think about how they market their bakery items in a store that don't sell.
Right.
They slash them
Yeah. Half price.
half price the next day, right?
Sometimes buy one, get one free.
Right. So,
Too bad homes aren't like that.
Oh, I wish.
well, if it sits too long.
Yeah.
Old and stale.
Well, at some point, the seller has to come to the realization that, you know, they're asking too much, and that's why the property, no one's showing interest. No one is, you know, making appointments to go out and see the property. You're asking too much.
But there's a lot of people that feel that if they set a low price, it means that they'll get less money.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
Not in this market.
Not in this market.
Yeah, it's not true at all.
The foreclosures.
There are foreclosures still? I haven't seen any.
No.
Yeah, they're out there.
The foreclosures have mastered this. Even before all of this happened with the aftermath of COVID and these home prices going through the roof. The foreclosure market, the homes were always priced for someone to feel like, oh my God, that's a bargain. I got to act.
Right.
Right? So, and they go out and they do their appraisals and they know what they're going to probably get. But they've always been able to price it such where they would have all of this competition and it would drive the price up.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with this market.
Yeah, absolutely. You see highest and best all the time. A property comes on the market at a low price.
It
Well,
generates a lot of interest.
A lot and a lot of showings, and sometimes you can't even get in there to show it, you know, and before you know it, it's highest and best by this day, and you can't even get your buyer in there to look at the property. And a lot of times you get these buyers that are from out of town and they want to make an offer and they haven't seen it, you know, so they're making blind offers.
We don't recommend that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't recommend it. And you know what? Funny, because as fate would have it, your best friend and his wife and your sister both purchased homes.
They were from out of state, and they purchased the homes, and they didn't see them. But we did the best we could to take them on a FaceTime tour of the home, and they wanted our opinions and
Right.
things like that. But not everybody's has got that hook like my
Yeah.
sister and Bobby had.
Yeah.
No, but your sister knew exactly the neighborhood she wanted to be in.
Yes. Yes.
And that came up, and
Yep.
they were flying off like hotcakes.
Yep.
And who knew when the next time was?
Right. She's happy as a clam.
And so it was your best friend and his
Yep.
wife. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it works out, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you might get lucky with some.
Okay, James Caceres, top producer, realtor with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, sold over 100 units in the last 2.5 years, and multi-million-dollar producer, $5.7 million first year, $3.7 second year, and now you're on track to surpass your first year in real estate. I see you doing over $6 million this year. You're on your way to becoming an associate broker, and you have a designation, the Accredited Buyer Representative designation from NAR. You were just named number 37 out of 100 agents in the Northeast from the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
Yep. And I actually got an invitation to go out to San Diego in September to be on stage with the top 250 agents. So
I'll go
cool.
with you. I'll go with you.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you're really crushing it, James. And thank you for coming in for 3 weeks in a row. You are a bilingual realtor. You speak fluent Spanish. So how does someone get in touch with you, please?
Oh, I can be reached on my cell at 570-352-7106 or at the office at 570-344-6724. You can also reach me on my email at enj_realtor@icloud.com or jruddy.com.
Don't forget to tune into the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 The Talker.